Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, David Salazar here, and today I want to discuss something that one of the Facebook group members had actually brought up, and he had said that he had made the suggestion about one of the topics for the videos. He had said, hey David, why don't you discuss something about whenever a motorcyclist gets pulled over by the cops and they want to give a field sobriety test? That's a very good question. And I'm gonna, full disclosure, ladies and gentlemen, I am not a criminal law attorney. I am a civil litigation attorney who handles personal injury accidents. That being said, I do have some knowledge about this whole area, and I can give you some insight. So, basic rule, if you have been pulled over by a police officer and they ask you to give a field sobriety test, don't do it. And let me explain to you why. Regardless of whether or not you take the test, they can basically arrest you for a lot of reasons. Okay, so you need to understand a field sobriety test is a very subjective test. There are certain things that happen and the officer basically just determines them on the spot whether or not he believes you are intoxicated. So there can actually be a false positive where you have nothing in your system, but if the officer sees that there's something wrong, like let's just say you have an ankle injury from the past and you can't stand on your on one leg good, that is considered one of the red flags that should go up. So there are a lot of mitigating factors that a police officer looks at whenever he gives these field sobriety tests, and he can arrest you for any one of them. So there's the old saying is you cannot fight the ride, but you can fight the fight. You will get arrested if an officer wants to arrest you. I can't stress that enough. It's going to happen 9 times out of 10 whenever it happens and there's no field sobriety test, or the field sobriety test shows that you were under the influence. You basically get charged, you go to jail, you get out, you show up at a court appearance, and a lot of times the case gets dismissed because there's lack of evidence, because they did not actually give you a breathalyzer. And under no circumstances should you ever voluntarily give a breathalyzer test. I need to tell you that right now. If they ask you to give one, you deny, even if you have not been drinking. And the reason why is because there are still false positives whenever you have had, let's just say you have some Listerine that you had in your mouth an hour before. That will blow that you've had alcohol in your system. So ladies and gentlemen, please be aware of this stuff and please be careful. If you've been pulled over for suspected drunk driving, do not undergo any of the tests at all. Definitely not any of the field tests, because it's a very subjective test. It's just something that if the officer determines that, oh, you're probably drinking, they're gonna arrest you. So please just, if they ever ask you to take a test, the answer to that is no. Call your attorney at that point. And I hate to say it, but you cannot fight the ride, but you can fight the fight. So you probably will be taken to jail. That being said, the charge will potentially get dismissed if there's no evidence against you. So just remember that. I'm sure your criminal law attorney would probably tell you the same thing. If you have any questions, my name is David Salazar. I like talking about this kind of stuff with you guys. I like interacting with you. If you have any questions, please feel free to pose them to me and I will try to answer them the best I can. Please join the Facebook group. We have a lot of good content on there, and I look forward to talking to you guys soon. Thanks.